Hi, and welcome to Communication Today with Noah Lambert. We're going to talk today about some of the hobbies and the life experiences and relationships that I've had that have affected my communication throughout the years. Throughout my whole life, I pretty much only had one hobby. It was through sports. And I was introduced to it by my dad because he was a baseball player, and he always wanted me to do some kind of team sport. But the culture of the team sport was different, and I didn't really bond with it as much as I did as an individual sport. So when I came to swimming through my sister, I just completely embraced that culture. It completely affected how I dealt with other people. Because in an individual sport, you don't have to focus on other people, you kind of just focus on yourself. And so that's how I began to live my life. I started to focus on things that I was doing. I focused on being the best that I could be in my interactions with people. I was just focused on being the best person that I can be. So the culture with swimming and an individual sport helped me to really communicate and listen to people more, because I cared more about being there for them, because I want to be the best friend that they had. On the other hand, I had a lot of other things that influenced my communication with people. Before I turned 10, I had 3 very close family members die. That kind of life experience really changes the way that you communicate with people, because you become way more empathetic with them. So that, coupled with the culture from swimming and being an individual sport and wanting to be the best that I can always be, allowed me to communicate with people by being there for them, being empathetic for them, and again, trying to be the best friend that I could possibly be. However, just like anybody growing up, I had low self-esteem. Not a lot of people were able to help me with that except for my old high school coach. He used to tell me many different things that would raise and lower my self-esteem. He would tell me that I wouldn't be able to make a goal when it wasn't attainable. And he would tell me to set the bar higher when I set it too low sometimes. So he allowed for me to understand that you need to be able to make goals achievable, but also you shouldn't be afraid to shoot for the stars. And so I always bring that kind of idea to when I'm talking to other people. I always bring that to people who are struggling, especially when people on my swim team now come up to me and ask me about something that they're struggling with that I may have struggled with in the past. And I always bring that into account when I'm talking about them, because I know that with that kind of goal setting, with that kind of idea, you can still help them and they can still be the best person that they can be. Throughout my life, I've taken a pretty large leadership role on my swim teams, and so communication has been a very important thing for me, especially for the other people on my team. So everything that I've experienced, all the culture and all the people I've met, they've all helped me to be able to be an appropriate leader for all the people I've met in my lifetime.